Hi guys. I got a story to tell y'all today because, like, the last time I was on here, I told y'all that I had an interview for a medical assistant, and I said that I was gonna decline if they offered me the job, and I was like real adamant about that, but I was just thinking about full time, and they caught me off guard because I had my interview on a Monday. Excuse me, and they called me on Thursday to offer me the job. So kind of like caught me off guard, and I was like, fuck it, I'll try it. That was stupid. That was stupid of me. And the reason why I want to make this video is because, like, you need to stick to your first instinct, right? Your first gut instinct. Like, if your answer is no, then you got to stick through it and just, it got to be a no. So, I'm washing dishes right now because I'm gonna make some curry chicken. But yes, if you think no, just stay with your no because like sometimes like I be feeling bad like after I say no, and then I'll go and experience and say fuck it, let me give it a try, and then the experience is trash, and I just like need to like stick to my ground because long story short, I ended up taking the job. I should never did that. But I'm gonna tell y'all why. Like, I ended up taking the job. They did not pay me what I wanted to get paid. I guess they have like a just like a cap off of what they want to pay their medical assistants. And I didn't appreciate that, but I said, okay, well, let me just see what's going on as a full-time worker with that wage. All right, so they offered me the job. They said that training would be January 22nd. So that's what I've been doing this whole time. And I went to the training. The training was at their corporate office. And I'm not going to like disclose location, nothing like that, because it is what it is. But the training was on the 22nd and on the 23rd. So they said that orientation would be the first day, and then they're supposed to do paperwork on the next day. Um, that's what they told me during the interview. Like if I get hired, they would do um, orientation training Monday, and then they'll do paperwork on Tuesday. All right, so I go to the training, the orientation on Monday, which is this Monday. Today's Wednesday. I go to the orientation on Monday. Sorry, like I said, I'm trying to make some curry chicken, so I'm trying to clean my chicken real quick, clean my pan and all that, and I gotta do dishes. So yeah, so I went to the training Monday. I got there early. It was real nice, whatever. I was looking forward to it too because like I know their EMR software. They use eClinicals. So since I have that experience, being a medical assistant, also like knowing their software already, I was like, all right, cool. Like I'm gonna be 2 steps ahead of the situation because I don't need that much training in the software. So okay, so first Monday comes. The training was basically logging in. It took like 2 hours for everybody to log in to get their laptop set up. They didn't even have enough laptops for everybody. They was hoping that some people would bring their own. Because they lack a supply. Okay, cool. So Monday was fine. It was no problem. They even let us go early, go home early. So I went on Tuesday. When I get there Tuesday, it was like unclear because basically like on the interview they said like try to be available from 8 to 8, but you could be working 9 to 5. But if you do have to work like 8 to 8 or any other hours between 8 to 8, they're gonna let you know by a month to month basis. So I'm like, okay, I'm in my head like, okay, well I can't do that, but if they prepare me beforehand, I could do that. So the more and more we just like in the class on Tuesday talking, the more like I'm like, all right, I just want to get confirmation because I want to be prepared. All right, so the trainer tells me, like, oh, all the clinics are only open from 9 to 5. There's no clinic that's open more than that. You don't have to worry about working weekends because we don't open on the weekends. All right, cool. That makes me feel comfortable. So she tells everybody like, all right, everybody hit up your supervisor from your location, and this water cold. Damn, I just splashed myself. So she tells us like, oh, everybody hit up your site supervisor because let them like basically let them know that that's what you coming tomorrow, and confirm your location and your time. So I confirm my location and my time with my supervisor. So the supervisor tells me like, oh, you're gonna be 9 to 5 for the first 2 weeks, and then we'll work from there. So I said, am I supposed to expect for this job to not be 9 to 5 at all? So then so he was like, yeah. So after the 2 weeks, it's possible that you could work like an 8 to 8 or 12 to 8 or any time between that 8 to 8. Oh, and he said I have to work 9 to 5 Saturdays and Sundays once like everything starts picking up. Who's working 9 to 5 Saturday and Sunday? Like, I'm a mom, I have kids. Like, there's no way that I'm gonna go and work a full weekend with no school, no childcare, none of that, right? So I told myself I can't do it. So sorry, I felt like I had something in my mouth. So yeah, so I just told myself I can't do it. All right. So he says, okay. No, he didn't say nothing. I said I can't do it. Would I be able to be accommodated for the schedule because I can't work that amount of time because I have kids? So he says, let me ask the general manager and let her know. I said, all right, cool. So I'm in training still. They put me out the class. The manager asked me what happened. I said I can't do that amount of time. That's too much for me. So she's like, oh well, if you can't do that amount of time, then we could put you as a medical assistant, but like at 4 different locations that you would have to travel. So I said, is it 9 to 5? She said, yeah. I was like, okay, cool. So, excuse me. So she said that she would hit me up by the end of the day. I hope y'all can hear me because this water's on. I'm trying to rinse this off. And this water mad cold. Like, what's going on? So anyway, hold on a second. So anyway, so she hits me up at the end of the day and she's like, oh, I'm gonna put you at the location that's on 149th Street and it's 9 to 5. So I said, okay, cool. So I get there. It's the next day. It's Wednesday now. So I get there, and when I get there, nobody knows like why I'm there. So I have my scrubs on. I have my uniform on. I even showed them my ID, and I go to the front office where the girls are sitting at, and I'm like, hey, my name is Delia. I'm here as a medical assistant. I was sent by such and such from the corporate office. So the girl was like, are you sure? I said, yeah. So then, so she's like, okay, just give me a second. I said, all right, cool. So she was like, oh, just come in. So I go in. Hold on. So I go in and she tells me to come in. I go in and the girl goes to another girl and she's like, oh, there's a medical assistant here. And she's like, oh, for what? And she was like, I don't know. She said that such and such sent her. So I'm like, just listening, right? So then I'm making curry chicken. So I'm seasoning it in the pot because everything's going to marinate in the pot. And I do my coconut milk and I let it like sit. It's going to take like 2 hours. So anyway, so yeah, so the girl was like, oh, so okay, so the first girl that I was talking to, she took me to the back to another girl. And the one girl was like, oh, she's training, and then she was like, yeah, I guess so. And then so the one girl that I met in the first place, she was like, oh, that's my she was like, is that my replacement? Am I being replaced? I'm over here like, oh boy, like this not an episode of Baddies. Like I didn't come like Biggie as a replacement. Like, what are you talking about? So I ignored it because I'm trying to be as professional as possible. So okay. So she's like, oh, is that my replacement? Okay, that was the first thing I noticed. But girls are gonna be girls. That's how they act. Blah blah blah. So then whatever. So I went to they took me to the girl that's supposed to train me. I put my stuff away. I went to the lab. So now again, medical assistant. It's a gynecology specialty place, right? So I go and I noticed like a couple of things. Like I wasn't thinking about nothing bad happening. I was just thinking about like, okay, I'm all for it because this is what I want to do. You know, I want to pursue like I want to get a job that's part of my degree. That's what I went to school for. So okay, so the girl basically she's showing me the system. She's showing me how they use it. They show me how to utilize it. Blah blah blah. So a couple of things I noticed like okay, so it's a gynecology place. So she said like people who that come in for like she said the patients that come in for um test results or they're coming in for consultation or they're coming in because they have different kind of symptoms for any reason, like any female reason, we give them a pregnancy test. So first they go in the bathroom, they give urine. We collect the urine, and then when we collect the urine, we perform a pregnancy test. Okay. So they basically have like these basic ass pregnancy tests. Like it look like the Dollar Tree ones. So whatever. Again, no judgment. It's just this is my evaluation. Like now that I made my decision. Like for real, for real. So the girl takes the cup of urine from the window, because usually like when you're in the lab, in a doctor's office, you use the bathroom, you put your urine cup in the window. The window, they turn the window inside the lab, they grab your cup and then they run their test. This girl grabs the cup from the window, opens the cup, takes a dropper to collect the urine from the cup and puts it on top of like in the test to see if she's pregnant or not with no gloves. With no gloves. Like why are you checking to see if someone's pregnant? Why you have no gloves on with when and it's urine? Like I don't understand that. Like I was really hold on, I have a phone call. I'm not answering that. So anyways, um I don't know who that was. That could be anybody from the job because they drive me crazy. So anyways, like I said, why are you running a urine test for pregnancy with no gloves on? What makes you feel so comfortable to collect urine and not apply any gloves on your hands? And um there's numerous of cups of urine coming in because we're seeing patients now, and you're even emphasizing, and she's showing me the program, the EMR system, and how everything works. She's basically showing me like, okay, this person is here for this. They previously had an STD, or they had HIV, or they have HIV, or stuff like that. So she's giving me these patients' diagnoses, running down the system, and showing me what's what. But you're running a pregnancy test or numerous pregnancy tests with no gloves on. That's one. So two, like what I don't like about like working in the office, like especially when it's all girls, I like you have to expect for it to be catty, gossipy, all that stuff. Like what I didn't think that it would be unprofessional. I didn't think that it would be like competitive. This is my first day, and basically like someone appointed you to be able to someone appointed you to be able to train me, and you're doing other stuff. Like what I noticed, like she was on her phone. Excuse me. I noticed that she was on her phone, texting, talking, FaceTiming, taking calls on her ear pods, texting, all this other stuff, this and that. And I'm like, how are you taking the time out to really show me how to emulate you or really retain the information that you're giving me, and you basically just on FaceTime and on your phone? Like that's not setting a good example for the company, because like how am I supposed to learn from that? So, one second, let me wash my hands. So, okay, so that was the first thing. So the first red flag was she's basically checking for pregnancy in a urine, like doing a urine analysis with no gloves on. Okay, so the other thing was the doctor had to keep coming in to redirect her. So I guess she was showing me things and training me, but she was doing it the wrong way. So one of the things what she was doing was not labeling the specimens. So she would grab, excuse me, so she would grab a urine cup, then she would grab one of the pregnancy tests. She'll label the cup, but she wouldn't label the urine test. I mean, excuse me, the pregnancy test. So the doctor came in like, why are you showing her this way when you're supposed to label every specimen? It doesn't matter what you think it is. This is what you're supposed to do. So she's like, oh well, nobody never taught me that. Mind you, she said she'd been in it 2 years. So she's saying like, oh, no one ever taught me to label the cups. I mean, label the. I have so much stuff in my mind, and I'm kind of like disappointed because, like, I didn't think non-professionalism was gonna be a thing, right? So she told the doctor like, oh, nobody told me that before. Like I just know who the pregnancy test goes to. Like I know which pregnancy test is whose. So he said, really? And she was like, yeah, that's how I've been doing it. And he was like, no, that's not how things. Stop biting me, Tutu. So he was like, no, that's not how things go. Like you're supposed to label all your specimens. Like it doesn't matter. So she was like upset about that. Okay. The other thing was she was showing me something else, and he had to come in and redirect her like, no, this is not what we're doing. Oh, so I didn't take it no kind of way because I don't have no problem like taking initiative. Hold on, let me show y'all my chicken. All right, I don't know how to flip it, so I'll just show y'all. That's I seasoned my chicken, getting it ready for to make it curry. That's not curry. That's like how I season my chicken, but I'll add everything after that. All right. So the other thing was she basically had a patient, and she was gonna take the patient to the room after she did their vitals. Well, she didn't do the complete vitals. She checked their blood pressure, and she was gonna check their weight. But I guess she got sidetracked and went to another patient. She was like, "Oh, check their weight." So then after that, I was like, whatever. So she was like, oh, check their weight. So I was gonna tell the lady like, oh, get on the scale so we could check your weight. So the doctor was like, no, no, come here. So I was like, all right. So I went to the doctor, and we ended up all being in a room. So when we was in the room, the doctor told her like, you're here to train her. You're not here to do your job. Like you're supposed to train her. She's supposed to shadow you, and she's gonna shadow you for the whole week. So she's not here to do your job. So he was like, I don't want her doing nothing. All she needs to do is just watch. So I guess she got pissed off about that because she kept started like acting like a little bit funny, right? Hold on, let me turn my chicken on. So, all right. So he scolded her twice, right? So he scolded her twice, and I noticed like, nah, I didn't really notice too much of a change at that time. But I noticed that when she started picking up like more calls on her phone using her ear pods, that's when the doctor came back in and he was like, no, 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 we cannot have you on the phone. Like, you're here to be training. Like, you don't need to be on your phone. We already spoke about this, and you are not to have your ear pods in your ear while you're working. So that got her like tight. Like, that made her offended. That got her offended because when he told her that, and she was like, oh, it's just that my mom was calling me this and that. So he was like, tend to your mom, but if you want to pick up phone calls, you're gonna have to go to the conference room. Like, you're gonna have to go to the conference room, and then that's it. Like, I can't keep having you be on your earpods on the floor all the time. So that tells me like this is obviously have been an issue before. So okay, I'm looking for my can opener because I'm gonna add. I like to do my curry chicken with coconut milk, and I have two different kinds, but I'm gonna be using this one. And I'm gonna use. I usually use one can of milk and then a can of water, and then when that boils down, I do another can of milk and then some water because again I let it boil for like 2 hours, two and a half. So all right, so again, I got dishes in the sink. Like, it is what it is. I gotta do dishes, but I need to cook. So I will do dishes after that. So all right, so I noticed that after he scolded her that third time, and it was about her phone, she got so offended. She started like not giving a crap about training me. Like, she started leaving me in the room by myself, not having me go with her to go get the patient, and just being like standoffish. And I'm like, how you mad towards me? Or you're mad and you're projecting it on me and I didn't do nothing to you. You're mad because you keep doing the wrong thing. The doctor keep telling you the right thing to do. Like, most of the time when the doctor owns the facility, like that's his practice. Like, how you gonna be mad about that? So okay, so like I said, like she just made it seem like, well, I'm not doing this then. And she was just leaving me in the room by myself. Hold on. So I put the 1 cup of milk, and I'm gonna do 1 cup of water. And then later I'll add corn and stuff like that, cause I like to do my curry chicken with corn, coconut milk, and the seasonings and curry. So I'll definitely be using that later on. But I'm gonna put my curry, bam, and I usually do like a little bit of cayenne pepper, but not too much, cause one time I put too much by mistake, cause the cap opened and it was mad spicy. So all right, so like I was saying, she started to just go to the front and talk with the front desk girls, leaving me in the room. I didn't know if I should follow her or not. Like, one thing I'm not gonna do, I'm not gonna follow you like a little puppy, like a little lost puppy. Like, teach me what I need to know, and then when I'm on my own, I could take the. This smells so good. Whew. When I'm on my own, I could show you, like, we could work together. I could take the lead, whatever. So okay, so I wasn't feeling that. Like, now you're gonna act petty towards me because what the doctor said to you, like that should not even phase you. So whatever. So I'm like, this place is unprofessional. So whatever. So I just decided like, I don't want to be in an environment where I feel like I have to clock your personality because you're offended by me or by the doctor or what you're supposed to be doing. Like, I feel like people's attitudes in New York, like when they have a job and stuff, which I admit I'm the same way, but it's a certain level. Like, you have to keep it balanced. Like for example, if they told me like, hey, a new girl's coming tomorrow, you had to train her. I would take that like, okay, like y'all trust me enough to train a new person. So that means that I must be doing my job well enough to teach the a new person, right? No, she's taking it like, oh well, I can't handle constructive criticism because I'm usually here by myself, and yada yada. But if the doctor is telling you what you're doing wrong, you should really like respect that. Like he's just teaching you how to perfect your craft, which obviously you should have been known the rules of what he's trying to tell you. And I guess because you've been there for like 2 years, you're abusing that now. So I put some cayenne pepper. I only put a little bit because, like I said, you don't need a lot. But yeah, I decided like I don't want no parts. I don't want to deal with this. Not that I can't handle it, but I'm choosing not to. Like, I'm really trying to come into a space where, like, I want the good shit in life. I don't want no, excuse my French, excuse my language, but I don't want no fuck shit. I don't want no inconvenient shit. I don't want no half-ass shit. I don't want none of that. Like, I have a kid. It's just me. You know what I'm saying? So why would I allow certain things for my life when I know that I'm worth more and I know that I could be doing better? That's my thing. That's what I'm like trying to really create for myself right now. Like, if you know your worth, and I have a long way to go, but if you know your worth, just I okay. If you know your worth, right? Why should you settle for that? Why should you settle for nasty attitudes at a job, clearly a toxic environment? Clearly the girl just wasn't interested because she felt like, well, I'm gonna take the lead because I'm training this new girl, but now that the doctor's coming in telling me what to do and how to do it correctly, I must not be doing it right. So now I'm not even feeling myself. And that's just my perception. That could be just my from my perspective, but it is what it is. And I basically let like human resources know like this is a very unprofessional place. The girl was very unprofessional, and for someone who is pursuing a career and a bachelor's in healthcare administration, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. It doesn't line up. It doesn't line up with me. It's not part of my lineage. It's not part of the lifestyle that I want for myself and for my kid. No. So I'm gonna go and pursue a job that's not clinical. I'm gonna pursue a job that's administrative because that's really what I want to do. And I'm just gonna say that they lost a good one because all they had to do was train me, and they would have had a good ass employee. So you're just gonna have to stick with what you got, and that's it. But anyways, I'm gonna show y'all how my curry chicken's coming out. I just put it to cook, so it's gonna take like 2 hours, and I'm gonna upload this video and enjoy my chicken when it's done. So let me just show y'all. I just want to stir it. Hold on 1 second.